This past week in the stock market, the Federal Reserve decided to keep rates unchanged, completely defying what Donald Trump's recommendation was, which was to cut interest rates. And of course, Trump himself had something to say about it. Take a look. Because Jay Powell and the Fed failed to stop the problem they created with inflation, I will do it by unleashing American energy production, slashing regulation, rebalancing international trade, and reigniting American manufacturing. But I will do much more than stopping inflation. I'll make our country financially and otherwise powerful again. The Fed has done a terrible job on bank regulation. Treasury is going to lead the effort to cut unnecessary regulation and will unleash lending for all American people and businesses. If the Fed had spent less time on DEI, gender ideology, green energy, and fake climate change, inflation would never have been a problem. Instead, we suffered from the worst inflation in the history of our country. In summary, Donald Trump just said, you know what, step aside, Jerome Powell. Since you won't do it yourself, how about I do it for you? And what would that do for the stock market? Well, let me just put it like this. If the prices were to come down with pretty much everything across the board, that means that there's more money in people's pockets. And what happens when there's more money in people's pockets? Well, the economy will be booming. That will obviously lead to the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates, which means it'll be easier for people to take loans out for a lot cheaper. So on one end, you're bringing prices down, which puts more money in people's pockets. And on the other hand, you're cutting interest rates, which also puts more money in people's pockets. That'll be a crazy boom in the economy. That being said, we'll just have to wait and see exactly what happens